Commitment and Devotion. The Buoy and the Seagull. This is a story about a restless seagull who keeps chasing every wind, boat and possibility until a steady buoy shows him another way. Through the changing tide, he discovers that commitment is not being stuck, but staying devoted to love while everything else keeps moving. Gulliver the seagull was always going somewhere. The trouble was, he rarely knew why. A fishing boat appeared. Off he flew. Another gull shouted, "Food!" Off he flew. The wind changed direction. So did Gulliver. One morning he landed on a bright red buoy bobbing outside the harbour. "You're still here?" Gulliver asked. The buoy rocked gently. "Apparently. Doesn't that get boring?" "I move all day." Gulliver looked down. "Up, down, left, right. That's not going anywhere." "Exactly." Gulliver tilted his head. The buoy laughed. "You'll understand." A warm wind swept across the water. Gulliver immediately opened his wings. "Where are you going?" asked the buoy. "That way." "Why? The wind is going that way. Is that where you want to go?" Gulliver froze. "I don't know. Then perhaps every breeze does not need to become an instruction." Gulliver slowly folded his wings. "What keeps you from drifting away?" "My anchor." "Doesn't an anchor trap you?" "No, it keeps me connected to my purpose." Gulliver stared at the chain disappearing beneath the waves. "You trust something you can't even see?" "Every day." A larger wave rolled beneath them. The buoy rose, then fell. It did not fight the wave. It did not follow the wave away either. "Trust is my anchor in the shifting tide," said the buoy. Gulliver smiled. "That sounds suspiciously like wisdom. Don't spread it around." By afternoon, dark clouds appeared. Gulliver began pacing across the top of the buoy. "What if there's a storm? Then there's a storm. What if it gets worse? We meet what arrives." "What about the next wave? It isn't here. The one after that, also not here." Gulliver stopped pacing. "You mean I'm worrying about waves that don't exist yet?" "Mostly." The buoy rocked. "I don't control the ocean. I yield to its movement without giving away my purpose." Soon rain came, then wind, then silence. The storm passed. Gulliver stared at the clearing sky. "I spent more time fighting that storm before it arrived than while it was actually happening." "That happens." A fishing boat appeared in the distance. Gulliver sprang up. "Boat!" He nearly took off, then stopped. "Wait." The buoy said nothing. "Do I actually want to follow it?" The buoy's bell gave a tiny clang. Progress. The next morning Gulliver returned, and the morning after that. Some days he stayed 5 minutes, some days an hour. Sometimes he still chased boats, sometimes he forgot everything. But before flying he began asking himself, "Am I following love or just following movement?" That question became his anchor. One evening, thick fog covered the harbour. A small sailboat drifted dangerously toward the rocks. The sailors could see almost nothing. Then through the fog came the buoy's bell. Clang, clang, clang. The sailors heard it and changed direction. Gulliver watched from above. "You saved them." "I rang, but you were here exactly when they needed you." "I was where I had committed to be." Gulliver landed beside the bell. "So commitment isn't always doing something spectacular." "No. Sometimes it's staying, yes. And devotion. Returning to what matters, again and again." Gulliver became quiet. He had thought devotion meant intensity, great promises, big declarations, constant effort. But the buoy showed him something simpler. Devotion could be steady. Commitment could be choosing love again after forgetting. Patience could be trusting the timing without demanding the next wave arrive sooner. And surrender could mean laying down the exhausting job of controlling the sea. The next sunrise painted the water gold. Gulliver opened his wings. "Leaving?" asked the buoy. "Yes. Chasing? No. Running? No. Then where?" Gulliver smiled. "I don't know yet. I'm listening." The buoy rocked happily. "Now that sounds like freedom." Gulliver lifted into the morning air. For the first time he understood that freedom was not endless motion. He could fly without abandoning his center. He could change direction without changing devotion. He could travel without making every destination his salvation. His anchor was not a place. It was purpose. His commitment was to love. His devotion was the willingness to choose it again. Behind him came one cheerful sound. Clang. Gulliver circled once and called, "Still there?" The buoy answered, "Still devoted. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together."